What we've seen with our customers on priorities is really trying to find easy to use solutions for their end users. In particular, what we're seeing is if the solutions are too difficult for the end user to implement, they work around it. So the key thing that we're looking at is making sure that that end user experience is very positive, so that the security implementations will actually be carried out. You know, you can implement policies, but if you're dealing with doctors and clinical folks, oftentimes those policies, if they're not easy to follow, won't be followed. Top challenges these days really are centered around remote workers. More and more people need to work from home, want to work from home, and also need to work when they're on the road. What that does for an IT organization is it significantly complicates the ability to secure their critical data, critical infrastructure while people are working in locations that aren't controlled by IT. So the need to bring those IT capabilities into the home environment, into the remote workers environment, is a critical piece of maintaining a secure infrastructure. We've certainly seen a number of revelations these days about the ways that data can leak out of an organization. If you are working from home, you can be using cloud applications, you can be using web-based browser applications, but you can be exposed on your home computer if you have a keyboard logger that has infected your computer. Your passwords are being recorded by a third party, and that has we've seen several instances of where passwords have gotten out, and then people have been able to get into the infrastructure through those passwords and gain access and get information from protected systems. But once the passwords are gone, you've lost control of your security infrastructure. So one of the key challenges that we've seen with healthcare data is some 70% of the loss of healthcare data is due to the fact that unencrypted data, whether it's in a laptop or a flash drive, has gone out of the building and been lost or stolen. And so a critical component of security solutions is to make sure that any data at rest that's leaving your IT infrastructure is fully encrypted and protected, preferably hardware encrypted, so that it absolutely cannot be hacked by someone who either accidentally finds a device or a laptop or actually goes in and steals the device. In terms of things that work and don't work, as I had mentioned earlier, it has to be easy for the end user to use. If it's difficult, if it's a burden for the user, they will find clever ways around the best policies. And some organizations, some institutions can put policies in place that absolutely won't be violated, but most organizations, that is a weak link in terms of controlling the access to your data from outside the organization. The format of the HTRAC is, I think, very, very good for interacting with folks. There's a lot of opportunity to meet people informally and get a chance to get perspectives and things that you wouldn't normally get in another environment. The other piece I'd add is that the lineup of speakers is extremely impressive. Some very important names, some very important topics, an opportunity to really connect with important industry leaders. The other thing I'd add is that the actual executives who are here are representing top-line decision makers in their organizations, and so I think it's the right level of folks to be interacting with. People who are definitely concerned and able to make decisions based on what they learn here. There was one session in particular that stands out in my mind where we were discussing some of the recent NIST activity and some of the standardization that they're trying to do to help bring cloud solutions together and come up with ideas how to make the ability to move from one cloud to another more economical and more well, actually even just to enable that to happen. And I think it's a very good opportunity to discuss the value of doing that and the challenges of doing that as well. And NIST is certainly a key organization for pulling off something like that. And I applaud them for taking on that challenge. And it was a healthy discussion about how to go about doing that. One of the value that Ironkey brings to health is our ability to secure data at rest, so that you can be assured that any data that is leaving your organization, whether it's for a remote worker or someone working from home, or when you're transferring large amounts of data from one place to another, the Ironkey solution has for a decade now provided really the top of the secure ability to control and secure data no matter where it goes on the planet.